If you like the great outdoors, free camping, and a splash of van life, consider subscribing to our channel and hit that bell for a new adventure every week.
This week we say goodbye to Lake Havasu City and drive 133 miles southeast to Alamo Lake, where we find ourselves surrounded by wildlife. Come join us this week as we learn about this unique area and why do so many people choose this off the beaten path destination. Stay tuned. We are Dave, Carrie, and Rutle. In 2018, we set out to explore one adventure at a time. Join us as we continue our journey to find the best free camping.
This is great. I love it.
If you are into fishing, Alamo Lake needs to be high on your list. Not only is this lake one of the best bass fishing lakes in Arizona, you can also catch red-eared sunfish, catfish, tilapia, and bluegill. If you're not into fishing, no worries. You will have ample wildlife viewing opportunities year-round. And if you come in the spring, you will have plenty of wildflowers as well. But if that's not enough, bring your toys, your watercraft, and your off-road vehicles. And don't forget to bring your telescope. Stargazers will be delighted with the night sky.
Today we are free camping at Lake Alamo, and we are 38 miles in off Highway 93. It feels really remote, so it took us a while to get out here, and with gas prices on the rise, we plan on staying a little bit longer than usual. And there's some quads right behind me. You probably can hear them. Very popular area for people bringing side-by-sides and motorcycles and even boats, because this is free camping on the water's edge. I was doing a little research on if I can fly my drone here and came across some interesting information, not only about the land here, but also about the airspace, and I'll share more about that later on in this video. I think you'll be interested to find out what's going on. But what a cool little spot we got. A nice view of the mountains and the lake right in front of us. And anytime you can find a body of water to camp on for free in Arizona, it feels pretty special.
What you doing, buddy? You like it right there? Yeah. You like the cooler weather? You can come inside if you want. No? You gonna stay right there? Okay, carry on. We arrived late yesterday afternoon, and I'm already in love with this location. We saw about a dozen deer coming in, which is pretty unusual to see in the desert. I don't think we've ever seen deer in the desert. And we have lots of neighbors, but again, when you're in the desert in the winter time, it's warm, especially when you're by a body of water. That's to be expected, and we don't mind. We like meeting people. In fact, this gentleman up here was super nice, super helpful when we got here. He told us the best place to park. He even brought over a shovel and helped us level the van. So no complaints on the neighbors, and I mean, look at the lake. It's spectacular. We saw donkeys. It's a bald eagle breeding ground. I am a total bird brain. I love birds. You can probably hear the birds. I really need to get the kayak out this morning and go exploring a little bit because it's supposed to get extremely windy. This location just has so much to offer. If there wasn't forecasted extremely strong winds, I'd have us move out to this point right here. The view is spectacular, but there's no protection from the wind. So I think it's better to stay where we are. What are you working on, Dave?
Just staying current with my pilot license, Part 107, for my drone.
Ah, so more studying?
More studying, yeah.
Did they add more to the course?
They add 22% more information to the course. So yes, there's a lot to study.
All right, continue on. Rutle's working hard at sleeping.
Good job, Rutle.
I'm sorry I woke you up, Rutle.
Good boy.
No, you stay there. And this is what I'm working on, getting Saturday's video out. But the view is pretty distracting. The lake out there. But it's Thursday and I gotta get this done for Saturday. And you're not supposed to be on the counter, Rutle.
Rutle, come back here. Come on, Rutle.
Get back.
Come on. Come on.
Go on, get back.
Good boy. Good job. Want me to open the window? Oh.
This is what a typical day in van life looks for us when we're not outside exploring.
Typical work day.
Rutle and I are out for a walk. The plan was to walk around the edge of the lake, but as you can see, there's lots of little arms. And if you don't know how you're going to get down, you just follow the donkey trail. I'll show you where to go. I've got Rutle on leash because there's donkeys out there. I don't want Rutle to chase them. That's really cool. I thought they had left the area today. Alright, wouldn't have brought Rutle. Are you bored with donkeys? Huh? Are you bored? Yes. That's what he does when he wants to go. Are you bored? You don't like the donkeys? You want to go? Go for a walk? Yes, we're going for a walk. You ready to go? Okay, we go. Yeah. I think this is a fishing spot. I can see about 20 boats out there just from here. Look at that epic camp spot right there. And that's a Rutle doodle. That's a wet doodle. Hi. Hi, good boy. Good boy, you ready? Get set.
He's got a traveling van and a master plan. He'll show you it all if you throw him his ball. He's Rutle. He's Rutle.
Anytime we arrive at a new area, I like to check out a couple of things before I fly the drone. And one is who owns the land, and the other one is check the airspace to see if it's controlled or uncontrolled. So the first thing I did is pull up a couple of my apps, and I looked at them. One is called Before You Fly, and the other one's called Aloft. And both of those said I could fly here. For fun, I decided to look at the state park to see if I could fly there too, because it seemed kind of weird. And the state park rang up that I could fly, and that's usually not true. So the next thing I go from there is I pull up SkyVector, which is an aeronautical chart. And I feel like this is the best way to see if the airspace is controlled or not. Sure enough, the fringe around this lake and the area I'm walking on right now is controlled airspace. And it's called a bald eagle breeding ground habitat, which falls under the category of wilderness area. So I cannot fly my drone here. And that kind of information I would have never been able to figure out or find out unless I had done the training and looked at the chart, the aeronautical chart, and been able to identify what it's talking about. So that was pretty cool. I would have never expected that. The other thing that I checked out was the land. So one of the apps that I like to use to see what kind of land, who owns the land that we're in, is OnXHunt. And this is a real good resource. It's very accurate. And it shows that a mile back when we were coming in, we were on BLM land, which is okay to fly, of course. And then as we move closer to the lake, this came up as COE land. So Corps of Engineers. Sometimes you can fly there, sometimes you can't. You have to do a little more research. But being this is considered a wilderness area, we won't be flying on the fringe. And I just thought that was really interesting. And it's just fun to find all that kind of stuff out. If I were to take a guess, I would have never guessed any of that information. Today seems like a really nice day to go through the back of the van and try to do some organizing with the goal of trying to make stuff that we use all the time easy to get to, and then make a pile of things that we are not using and donate them to someone that needs them. Because a lot of times I feel like the room is more valuable than the stuff. And if we've got stuff that we haven't been using for a year or longer, then it's probably time to donate it. This is my tool drawer here, which is going to be one of the main things. I know I have duplicates and triplicates of some tools, so I'll be going through those and see if I can make this more organized and more room. I had to call in reinforcements because anytime we organize anything, I overdo it and donate or throw away too much stuff. And then sometimes we have to buy it again. So Carrie's out here. We made two piles, a donate pile, and I don't know what to do with the pile. And she's gonna see if she can figure out what we need to keep or not, so I don't throw everything out, right?
Well, the problem is that most people have a storage locker or a space in a family member's garage where they can keep winter things and so forth. And so that frees up a little bit of room. But everything we own is in this garage. So we have an extra challenge of keeping it organized. And like, here's an example. We bought brand new flex tape to fix the windshield, and then we got a new windshield. So what do we do with the brand new flex tape? Do we throw it away? Do we keep it? When we were having an excessive coolant smell, we bought a new coolant tank because these tend to crack. And then we found a leak. So we can't put this in until we flush the coolant. So what do we do with this? Do we keep it? Do we check it? I don't know.
But I think it turned out well. All the tools right here that I use the most often are at the end, and then it goes back the less I use the tools. So that worked out really well. It'll be super handy the next time I do a project. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the drawer. It's got some weight to it. And this is our shoe organizer, and it looks way better than it did. And once again, the stuff that we use are right here ready to go, and very handy, easy to get to. We find ourselves doing this kind of a project about once every 5 or 6 months, just trying to make extra room and find out what we're using and what we're not using, and make the space is super valuable. So a very big success. Today is haircut day for both me and Rutle. It's getting pretty warm out here, and Rutle's doing a lot of panting, so we know it's time for him. And we usually just get our haircuts at the same time. So meet our hairdresser.
This is a chore for me, so I only do this on days that I get to take a shower because I get covered in hair. How you doing, buddy, huh? How you doing? Just turn him around. Good boy. Good boy. All right, the boys are all done. They got their haircuts. They're matching mohawks. That's a big chore, but I'm glad to get it done.
His ears feel so soft now.
Rutle hates his face done, but you could tell he's very happy that it's done.
And he wants to play with some ball. All right, it's ball time. Where's your ball, Rutle?
I think maybe our reward today should be to go to that RV park and see if they have cheeseburgers.
There's one RV park in a 40-mile radius from here, and it's in between the state park and where we are, and we have to drive right by it, so we have to investigate it and see what they have to offer.
We have entered the bird zone. Sunset cruise on the lake is most relaxing. There are so many birds on this lake, and fish jumping, and donkeys braying. And I'm waiting for an awesome sunset. This is a perfect ending to our stay here.
And we're hoping for another good sunset, so we're going to walk down there, see if I can find Carrie, or at least hang out with Rutle at the water's edge and enjoy the sunset. It's a perfect temperature out right now. Feels great to be outside. This way, Rutle. Yeah, come on. Good boy. Yeah, same way as last time. Sporting that new haircut, and he's enjoying it. Oh, there's a little color on the water. Carrie says sunsets are a game of patience, and I think she's right, because I don't know how many sunsets I'm like, okay, looks like we're not gonna get one tonight, and I give up. And she waits it out and captures amazing photos. Seems like every time I turn the camera off, a big fish jumps right in front of us. I've missed them all. Rutle likes to hear him jump. It's quite the profile, Rutle. Good boy. What is it? Where do you think Carrie is? See, oh, did you hear that? I think I saw a fish. Climbed right on board.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I went without you. Okay.
It's okay, Rutle.
Let's go home.
Maybe next time.
Oh.
Poor guy. So we didn't get the sunset. We got a little bit of color. It's still pretty out here.
It is very pretty. Okay, what you need to know about this area. We're just going to start off with this right away. If you're coming here for a quiet, peaceful, super relaxing boondocking experience, this is not it.
Yeah, at least not down by the lake. There is some BLM land that's a mile or 2 miles away from the lake where you can get that experience as well.
This is definitely an off the beaten path. It's 38 miles off the main road. The main road is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, yep.
So this is a destination boondocking area. Okay, having said that, I don't mean that in a bad way, but the road is very bumpy. It's about 7 miles to get to the free boondocking. You'll take it slow, you'll make it there. Any rig will make it there. And you talk about the camping on.
All right, so if you're camping on the fringe of the lake, that is COE land, Corps of Engineers. It's also managed by the Arizona Game and Fish Department. So that is a 14-day stay limit. Once you get a couple miles back, you'll be on BLM land. That's also a 14-day stay limit, so good news there.
Yeah. Now, of course, we're in Arizona, and whenever there's water in the desert, people flock to water. So we camped right on the edge of the lake, and as you can imagine, it's very busy. So those people who can't camp on the edge of the lake, they come down during the day and they access the lake, like everybody would, right? Yep. So if you camp on the edge of the lake, don't expect it to be super private or super quiet.
That goes as well as if you've got a large rig, a Class A, or just a large pull trailer, the closer you get to the water, the complicated the driving is going to be. So we've seen some people get pretty big rigs out there, but if you have something giant with not a lot of experience, you might stay back away from the fringe of the lake.
Yeah. I don't know how y'all with big rigs are getting your rigs down to the water, but kudos to you because that's impressive.
Yep.
Okay, what do we need to...
Okay, so there's, as far as amenities, there is none actually at the lake itself other than fire rings, a few nice places to park.
And we might mention a lot of the areas down by the lake, as you can imagine, are not level. The lake fluctuates year to year. The area that we camped on this time, 2 years ago, was underwater.
Yep.
So it's constantly changing.
All right, so we did have some internet signal. We had pretty good T-Mobile. We're able to actually upload videos from here, so that was nice.
Our T-Mobile hotspot had 2 and 3 bars of 5G, and it worked awesome while we were here. It actually worked better than Verizon. We had 2 bars of Verizon on my phone, and it was pretty unusable. There's a lot of people out here, and it just didn't go anywhere very fast.
Yep. Okay, so there, like we said, no amenities, there's no garbage, no water, anything like that. So if you do need that kind of stuff, you can drive back where you came, 5 miles up the road, and there's an RV park. One of the only RV parks in 40 miles.
Yeah.
So they do have water. They actually have gas. It's premium priced gas because it's so remote.
Yeah.
So you're not going to want to fill up your tanks there, but if you need some gas for your side-by-side or your boat, that could be the place to get it.
Mentioning gas, if you have a side-by-side or an off-road vehicle, you gotta come here.
Yes.
Because this is amazing for off-road vehicles.
That's what people are doing. They're camping out here and they're driving their off-road vehicle to the RV park, and you can have lunch there. They make nice burgers and sandwiches. You can get showers there for $3. $3 a shower.
Yeah, they sell water for 10 cents a gallon. They have ice, and that's only 5 miles from where we camped. Now, if you drive an additional 5 miles, you'll make it to Alamo State Park, which where we are right now. You'll see Alamo Lake in the background, and you can do a day use fee of $10. Again, that gets you showers, water, trash. The dump station is an extra fee on top of that, but
yeah. Okay, did you find out how much it costs per night to stay at the state park campground?
It varies, because if you saw where we were boondocking, just across the way there is basically boondocking in the state park, and that's $15 a night with no hookups.
Okay.
So I believe it changes. I believe it's $25 a night in the park for hookup. Of course that goes up. We'll get a picture of the sign on that.
I think we covered it.
I think we covered it. Like we said, this is an out-of-the-way destination. It is excellent fishing.
I do want to add, if we come back here, I'm going to get at least a one-day fishing license, because this lake is known for having the largest largemouth bass
in Arizona.
In the state of Arizona.
Yeah. And you can tell by how many boats are on this lake.
Yep. All right. We appreciate you watching our video. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It really helps our channel out.
Yes.
We need all the help we can get.
Yes, we do. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
If you would like to support our channel, please consider becoming a patron, or check out our new merchandise at oneadvantureatatime.com. We also have stickers available in our website store. Thank you for watching.